no sé qué me ha sucedido. Me culpan de hacer algo que no cometí. ¿En qué me equivoqué? ¿Quién me puede decir? Me siento solo y sin dirección. Ya no entiendo qué es lo que quieren de mí, pues no me aceptan tal como soy. Antes era el simio al que todos querían, un héroe, y hoy ya no me quieren, ya no soy un héroe.
Alright, on the hedgehog, tell me how big his dick was.
He said his dick was this big, and I said that's disgusting. But
This is on the blue hedgehog though.
oh, he said his dick was this big, which is a pretty moderate size. He said his dick was about this big, dude. And I'm like, oh, that's a pretty moderate size.
Have you seen that video? Somebody redubbed the scene of The Incredibles, but it's by two Sonics.
Yeah, I did.
That's pretty good. Anyways, welcome to TaviRadio SatAM. It is I, your host, and man at war, man at arms, Lycan Jones, with me. Or I guess I would say Wolfman at war and Wolfman at arms, Lycan Jones. And with me is our fearless leader, the man who's going to help us win this war. I hope. TaviRadio Frankel. Tav, how are we doing? How are you doing first before we talk about...
I'm stressed out.
Yeah?
The war efforts.
We haven't gotten to the war update, man. Let's talk about let's talk about our lives first. How's well, I guess it's tied with your life, but I mean, you've been eating well. How's the businesses going?
I had to close second location.
No.
For a while.
But we put up but with last week's ad, didn't anybody apply for the mannequin position?
Sadly, yes, but there's been more attacks on Slansenvakens. They trashed the place. I realize if they're going to keep attacking the place, that I should probably keep it closed until the war's done with. So, no...
Where will I get my shitty pizza now?
First location.
Oh. What, the cheese you glue to a plaster there you call pizza?
Hey, no.
No, second location's the location where you order pizza from a better place, and then you serve it up as your own.
No. I got a new chef. His name is, he said his first name was Boy, and his last name is RD.
Ah.
So I got a new chef.
Canned pizza. Got it.
No. He's a real guy.
Okay.
He's a real Italiano. And I said, I see.
Well, I guess most of the stuff that's going on in our lives has to do with... Oh, yeah. I guess I'll say briefly. So, yeah, more stuff is coming up on my regular Lycan Jones channel. You'll see more in that Pearl saga, as well as something maybe newer. I'm thinking about making another mini-series. It's about the relationship between Sonic and Baraka. No joke. I'm gonna make it a romance story about them. Sonic. It starts off with Sonic being invited to go out to a bar with his two best married friends, Shrek and Shadow.
Sonic, I think you should go see someone.
Sonic, you've been single for a long time. It's been a while since you've been out of jail for a while. I think it's time you get more social. Yeah, Sonic. Shrek's right. Look at me. Love has changed our lives completely. I'm not such a broody asshole anymore. But that's the man I married. Sonic, you'd know. Anyways, you're loving this, aren't you? There's but it's more mature. It has a darker storyline underneath involving Tails.
Oh, I don't like that.
Yeah.
Oh God!
It's part of the reason Sonic was in prison for a while. He just got
Sonic
out.
goes to prison and dies.
No, not in this case. Anyways, well, I guess without further ado, war update. Okay, so
There's a Gator Civil War.
and it's spilling outside of the moat, and they've damaged the wall a lot, which has caused a couple of holes to lead more Slovakian troops towards my house. Luckily, I set up a bunch of bear traps, which also double as mouse traps for me. Unfortunately, I forget where I put them, and I'm walking around at night trying to go to the bathroom, trying to get a beer out of the fridge before I go back to bed. And guess what happens? I get bear trapped. And what do I have to do? I have to call up for my wife to help me out here.
Have any soldiers stepped into your bear trap?
Oh, plenty. I gotta clean up the traps every day. They go in head first for some reason, but that's because I put a whole ham sandwiches and wheels of cheese on top of them, and they're like, "Oh, finally!" And they don't reach in or anything with their hands first to pull it off. They're just like, it's like a plate right there. Might as well just go, ah.
Well, yeah, that's how Slovakians are.
Yeah. Well, they're not. Well, they've been isolated from real people for a long time. So.
Well, speaking of real people, I decided, well, why not just send in my own tactical nuke? So
yeah, we discussed this at the end of last episode. We sent Kisaragi over.
And a shaped hole in the wall.
You want to tell them what happened to our old Yabba Dabber himself?
There's been a new update when it comes to Jod and who he has in his forces.
Uh-huh.
And from what I can tell, he's got some mummy muck with him.
Yeah, and our sources confirmed that he smells vaguely of an old sugar factory. He's got a caramelized beef jerky smell. So, be that as it may. But apparently this dude's pretty swole, pretty strong. He and Jod teamed up and bamboozled Kisaragi, and they froze him, which is Kisaragi's one weakness, is being frozen as a caveman and whatnot. And they decided to keep him as a trophy. He's in a big block of ice, like the caveman from Scooby-Doo, and they've got him on display in the town square, where the townsfolk can just piss and throw rotten fruit and food at him all day, wasting precious food.
I was going to say, I thought all the food in Slovakia was rotten.
Exactly, wasting precious food so they can humiliate and disgrace our beloved caveman friend. I don't know who this mummy guy is, but all the mummies I know don't smell like caramelized beef jerky.
What do they smell like?
Dust. Bunch of dusty old bones full of green dust.
Dusty old bones. Yeah.
Dust and curses.
If this motherfucker with Jod was able to take down Kisaragi, who is a caveman with caveman strength.
A caveman war god, according to Saber.
Exactly. Then we're dealing with someone who is probably equal to Jod's own strength. Maybe stronger.
Hold on. Jod's a wimpy boy. I've seen the Meal Boy videos. This guy might be on par with like your own strength, you know? Maybe even my own werewolf strength.
Yeah, that's true. Werewolf strength.
The thing is that now Jod has somebody to back him up, who's strong and wants to fight for his cause. I wonder how much he's paying him. Maybe we can pay this guy to like work for us.
Hey, instead of 5 potato, we'll give you 6 potato.
Yeah, maybe he's hoarding real money and giving it to him. Either way, Jod
doesn't believe in real money. He thinks anything that's on paper is fake.
No, that makes sense.
That's why all of his ransom notes have been stone slabs.
Explains. I kept wondering why they keep breaking your window. Apparently, they're messages.
Yeah. I realized he's not reading my messages because I write them back in paper. So I've been having to take the time out of my day to etch out a message saying, "Jod, please stop breaking my windows." All right, now this is just a little absurd, personally.
Well, so our inside men, the Dachshunds who've been running amok, luckily they're pretty trainable, and some of them have come back and gone back over to the other side. Put walkie-talkies on them. Peachy's been giving them, barking orders at them, saying, "All right, you gotta go in there and kill all these badgers." And they're like, "Sir, we don't know what you're talking about. We were told to attack, to steal information. Well, if you see any badgers, let them know that I'm gonna kill them." So they've been doing that, and they've been relaying messages back and forth. Apparently, they're planning attack as if to add more insult to injury to old Tavernello. They're gonna attack Buttertown, his eternal resting place.
No. That's sacred ground right there. Nobody goes on there unless you have permission from the town
And
hall.
apparently, it's not just gonna be like. Remember how we mentioned that like Jod will go on some of these raids with his Black Ops guys. Well, now he's sending in he's no longer sending in Black Ops. It's just straight up like his alligator forces, his newly minted alligator and Black Ops forces to do a real attack on Buttertown. So we had the information, so it gives us time to prepare.
Okay.
I'm thinking we set a perimeter of bear traps.
Or I'm thinking, if Jod is going by himself,
Well, I think he's probably going to bring his new second-hand man.
his new mummy muck.
His mummy muck.
Now listen, Jod will come back, but he's kind of a pushover. I could punch a hole through him with no effort.
Yeah. You've done that.
And he'll die.
I've illustrated that.
Yeah, quite the incident that happened, huh?
Yeah.
He'll die.
Kind of reminds me of, according to the lore, reminds me of, it's very reminiscent of the incident that occurred with your predecessor and his grandfather.
Oh, you mean the incident that occurred at the old sugar factory?
Yeah, the one that destroyed
that
closed down the sugar factory and led to the Jod 2 and Tavernangelo war.
You say war, but it was more or less
skirmish.
It was more or less a skirmish that occurred over a little girl fighting an old man.
Yeah, well, people didn't pray enough for Grandpa, so.
I mean, from what I understand from legends, Tavernello didn't need prayers. The man was strong enough as is.
Yeah, but after killing your best friend, it takes a toll on you.
Yeah, he was never the same after what he did.
Yeah. Anyways, I guess all we gotta do now is prepare Buttertown. We gotta find a way to. Like I said, I'll buy more bear traps. I'll go to Home Depot, buy more bear traps.
Got a Home Depot credit card.
I'll get my harpoon out of storage.
The old harpoon, huh?
Yeah.
I thought you were saving that for the one.
Yeah. I'm gonna. Yeah, and apparently this dude, who is a threat to our livelihood and our life and the town and this town, is the one.
I thought you were gonna go out to sea and catch that white whale you've been wanting.
No, man, that's a book. I'm talking about that. I'm talking about the legendary giant catfish, who lives in Lake Bumbler.
Those are only legends, Lycan.
I've seen it with my own eyes once. Oh, I might have been really drunk, and it might have been a submarine, or the Loch Ness monster. You pick, or maybe an elephant, or maybe Peter Gigantus himself.
Speaking of pigs, Turmo still mobilizing the troops.
God damn it! How long is it gonna take?
He says he's getting every pig in the country now.
He said every pig in town last week. Now it's every pig in the country.
Yeah.
He's gonna go from country or county.
County.
Oh, maybe by the end of the week you'll be fully mobilized.
He said, "All right, boys, we have to save the thickness."
Oh, but Mr. Tarumo, your wife's over there.
No, not that thickness, you idiots. This thickness. And he pulls out a picture of the thick mannequin. Everywhere's like, all these pigs. Like, now we're talking.
Now we're talking, sir. But sir, what about your wife and her quiet cosplay? What about the quiet? What about her quiet cosplay? Don't bring that up, you idiot.
Funny thing is, the other day, Turbo was talking about that.
I'm quoting a real thing. I'm mentioning a real thing. Don't bring that up, you idiot.
Oh, speaking of Turbo, he says he's been having a recurring nightmare about you. One where he walks in on you fucking his mom, and then he looks to you. And he looks to you and says, "I fucked your mom with shit lips." And then you jump out the window. He's just been having this nightmare for the past week or two.
Don't tell my wife that. Jesus Christ, Rumo. Keep mobilizing those troops then. But hurry up. We need your help. I don't know how pigs will. I guess if enough. I mean, I don't know. Pigs are pretty dangerous.
Pigs are smart.
And they're dangerous. They have tusks. I think enough pigs could take on one crocodile.
I think.
And they're
pretty numbers.
Yeah, and pretty thick boys, so they can take a good couple chomps.
Also, what's y'all gonna do?
And also, their necks are not easily snappable. Like a gator, like gators and crocodiles pull people underwater and then do the death twirl. I don't think that's possible on a pig.
Also, what's y'all gonna do when a bunch of pigs come stampeding towards him?
Oh, I only like eating people. Oh!
He's gonna get run over, and who knows about that mummy muck? He may be strong, but he's a mummy muck.
He could be fragile. I can smell him right now.
Or those pigs just eat him.
Yeah.
Which would be pretty convenient.
Yeah. They love eating garbage.
Plus, he smells sweet.
Yeah. And jerky-like. So, allegedly. I mean, I gotta take a good sniff on it myself, but... Either way.
We're gonna set up a...
We gotta set up a perimeter. We're
gonna ambush...
My only concern is that this could be like a setup. Like, they could be saying, "Oh, we're gonna attack Buttertown," but then secretly they could be like, "All right, well they're all mobilized at Buttertown. We'll attack the town hall." So we gotta have like a backup force here. What's another sacred place that we can't have them like ruin? Well, they've ruined the donut shop, the statue in the town square.
Keel Park has been defaced.
Okay, how much defacement have they done on Keel Park? Because last time they just put a sticky note on his plaque.
No, there's been some graffiti now.
What are they saying?
Pedo.
Grandma toucher.
Grandma toucher.
Aww. Any grandpa touching?
Mom fucker.
What about grandpa fucking? No?
Some of them just say gay.
That's not right. That's not an insult. Unless Keel takes it as an insult, but I mean, the man could be gay. We never know. I mean, we don't know.
He's long gone, but still, that's sacred.
Yeah. And we don't know what his sexual orientation was.
The only place it could hit is my own personal house, the city hall, but the city hall's already seen some damage from the statue incident. And
the slabs they keep throwing at your window.
Motherfucker.
But they could also just like take it over as like a symbolic gesture, just like, oh no, I can hear Jod's voice now. Oh no, I'm the mayor. Dope, 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 dope. I'm wearing epaulets. Oh, sorry, you idiot.
And then there's also the esports arena, which.
Oh yeah. They could also hit up your establishments.
Yeah, the esports arena, second location has been closed as to deter them away from it, but...
Should we be worried about talking out loud about our war plans on this very public show? Do you think Jod or any Czechoslovakian or Alligator would hear this thing later on? Should we be worried?
If they do, then I hope they trust me enough to not follow through to what I say.
Very well. Point taken.
Either they trust me to know that I'm going to do what I say, or I'm going to do the complete opposite.
Be unpredictable.
Whatever Jod's read on me is, I know him and he knows me. I also know that he's a fucking motherfucker. Pissing all over the place.
Okay, that's true. I've been smelling Jod's piss all over town. I went to McDonald's the other day. Get myself a Shamrock Shake. Yes, I know it's not in season, but I said, look.
I just want the Shamrock.
I want a Shamrock Shake. And then after I was done, I decided to go be difficult somewhere else. I went... to
the other McDonald's?
No, I went to McDonald's. It's like, hey, I want a Shamrock Shake. It's like, it's up March, sir. I don't care. Make me a Shamrock Shake. If you got to pour green food coloring and put some poopsie unicorn sign in it to make it that color... Be it, so be it. I don't care. Just make me a Shamrock Shake.
I mean, a Shamrock Shake is just a mint and vanilla shake.
Yeah, and it was like...
But it's still delicious.
It's like, well, we don't have those flavors right now. Like, well, then make those flavors. I don't care what you do. I'll wait extra.
I don't care what you do.
Yeah. And then after they gave it to me, he's like, oh, by the way, this place smells like Jod piss. would have been around. Like they came by earlier, I think, or maybe at night. I don't know. I wasn't here, man.
Joe does like McDonald's.
And then afterwards, I left and I said I'm hungry, so I went over to Subway and I said, "Hey, I want a spicy Italian sandwich, but I only want the meat. No bread, no nothing, just the meat. Just put it in my hand, okay? I don't care how much it costs." Like, sir, when I'll
do you want that toasted, sir? It's gonna be in my hand.
It's gonna be in my hand, and all that oil on it's gonna be gross. But I just want it in my hand.
Then you just took all the meats and ate it, huh?
Yeah, it's like, you know what? Just give me that like tub of salami you got there.
The whole
Sir,
thing.
The whole thing, sir. We need that for the rest of the day. Well, that's too bad.
How much is it?
How much is it? $20.
Here's 50. Keep your mouth shut. And give me the pepperoni.
Oh, by the way, it smells like piss in here. Yeah, I'm sorry. That guy from the next, that dictator came by with his gas mask fiends. They also asked for meat, for only the meat.
We gotta make another truck. We gotta make another truck call.
I said, huh. That explains why this meat is why the salami bin's pretty light. Give me back those $50. Here's 30. Keep the change.
Sir, this is still 50. Keep the change. Put it on my
Put it on my tab. Put it towards your college fund and my next sandwiches, whichever comes first.
But yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I've been smelling them all over town, and it smells disgusting. Oh, another update. Peachy and I, we went to talk to Dogman, the President of the United States.
All right.
We tried to appeal to him to his better nature. Me as a wolfman, Peachy as a full-bred dog.
He's a Mitz, but yeah.
Well, the point is, he's a full dog, and I'm a wolf person, a lycanthrope.
You got some canine.
Yeah, and I told him, look, we have a problem here. We got terrorisms being happening on your soil, this government, you know.
And there's people pissing all over the place.
And that's my job, which caused Dogman to perk up. I was like, pissing, you say? And
they're trying to claim dog property.
Dog property, you say? On American property. But anyway, so like we talked to him, and he had no idea what we were talking about. And then I said, "It's Bumlerville, Bumlerville, you big oaf, Mumblerville." And he said, "Big oaf, I don't like the way you said that." And he said, "Also Bumlerville, I got a special, like, hold on. Did you say Bumlerville?" And then he opened up his thing. He said, "Aha, see this? Here's this list of cities I'm not allowed to like help out ever." Bumbleville was added in like in the early 80s by Jimmy Carter, saying we're not allowed to help this town ever again for what they did. You know what you guys did. I don't care how in bad shape or if it's a terrorist attack on American soil. You guys are not to be helped.
You really gonna follow a list made by some old muck
who's still alive and builds houses for homeless people to prevent your town from ever happening again?
Wait, who else is on the list?
He didn't say. But I swear to God, it looked like it said Utica. Or it might be Unica. I don't know. Maybe Baltimore.
Attica.
Attica's a prison in New York.
Attica!
Don't
help Attica prison.
Well, the summer of '76 in Attica was, right?
Every kid has lived through a summer of '76.
No, but like the '70s.
No, what happened? What was it?
The prison riot in Attica. For Jay Sherman. Rest in peace, Jay Sherman.
Every kid has a summer of '76.
Attica. Anyways, so Dogman's not helping us. It's a combination of me calling him a big oaf, and a combination of
Jimmy Carter's list.
Well, not Jimmy Carter. He added the list. There's a list of there's a bunch of towns that each president, like, it's got started back with like Grover Cleveland when he was in. He's like, we're not gonna help these towns.
What a muck.
Grover Cleveland was elected twice, not consecutively.
You know what? I'm gonna go talk to Jimmy Carter myself then.
Good luck.
What,
you gonna tell him to reinforce the wall?
No, I can do that myself. And give me a good night, and I'll do it myself.
Very well. Very well.
I built that wall in a night myself. I can do it again.
No, you're doing more than you're doing more than. And certain people want to build walls. You want a job, you do it yourself. Roll your sleeves up, get on your knees, pray to God. Tell him help my grandpa. He needs to build his wall.
But yeah, Saber is still at Boston Sabre's place, having meatball subs with him and his ma.
Ah, cool. Well, tell him hurry up and eat. We need his help here. We got a war. We got a full-fledged war going on. Saber, if you can hear this, say hi to Boston Saber. Tell him to stay home. We don't need him to destroy our universe. It's too powerful. But if it's a
last resort, then we do need him.
Yeah. But also say hi to Boston Saber's mom. She's very sweet.
Very sweet lady.
Yeah. Makes the best meatball subs in town.
She was a legend in their timelines, Boston.
Yeah. In the Boston timeline, entire timeline that takes place only inside Boston.
Where Boston isn't just one city; it's the whole world.
Yeah.
It's the whole Earth.
Yeah.
Everybody's just Boston.
And the Earth is called Boston. Every town is called Boston. Every state, country. Everybody sounds like they're from Boston.
Bunch of stouts from TF2 running around.
Yeah, and it's everybody like there's only one. Every baseball team is Boston, and every football team is the Patriots
and Red Sox. No, the Red Sox, right, or White Sox.
Red Sox is baseball.
Yeah, exactly, Boston.
Yeah, and then the Patriots.
Hey,
what a nightmare world to me, at least.
What about Tim Tebow?
What about him? He's too busy. Hey,
he's too busy
praying. Hey, pray less, play more football.
What if?
Hear me out.
What if we brought in Tom the Cat and Jan Brady and had them do a Dragon Ball fusion, so they can become their perfect form, Tom Brady.
Oh yeah, Tom Brady. He's really gonna help us. The old man. He's too fragile.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is. Like the best way to defeat the Patriots has always been to take out the quarterback, Tom Brady. Take him out, the whole game is done. He's the weak point. He's both the weak point and the strong point.
We need Tom Brady to be our quarterback.
Oh yeah, we just got to make sure we put him behind a wall of refrigerator-sized men.
We need Chad Kroger to be our nickelback.
Well, I'll see if I can appeal to Chad's sensibilities. Look, man, I've listened to all your records. You might help us fight a war.
Wait, is he still married to what's
No, they're not married to Avril Lavigne.
What a sad life.
Yeah. Anyways, I guess that does it for War Update. We'll take a quick break for ads, and when we come back, we'll talk about bullshit.
Yeah.
Hey, this is Lycan Jones, and if you're listening to this, that means you probably have nothing better to do. So why not come down to Esports Arena, TaviRadio Pizzeria chain place? We got plenty of stuff like buffets, and look, I'll be honest with you, man. A lot of the stuff around here is just, as we discussed before, fake arcade games and stuff. But hey, you know what? We're investing in the Switch soon. And you know what? We got our Dreamcast up and running with Marvel vs. Capcom 2. Who wouldn't want to play that, okay? We got a PS1. It's got, X-Men Children of the Atom in there. It's great. There's a lot of great stuff in here. So come on down, If you come on down on Friday night, maybe you can help with the war effort, please. We got boiled chicken and cabbage. So yeah, come on down to TaviRadio Esports Arena. We're not in a sewer filled with tar anymore.
And about a mile out, we'll put on the music. Use Wagner. My boys love it.
Francis Ford Coppola presents Apocalypse Now with Marlon Brando, Robert Duvall, Martin Sheen. Apocalypse Now, all over London from Sunday, and in the West End now, Certificate X. Experience Apocalypse Now, and you will never need to go to war.
You hungry, friend? How about some breadsticks? Feeling up for a bit of a side salad? How about a whole pizza to yourself? Why don't you come down to TaviRadio Pizzeria locations 1 and 2? If you're feeling hungry for it, that is. Bring the whole family with you. Bring your grandpa. Bring your granddad. Bring your retirement home. We have live entertainment. Every Saturday, that is. By the way, you looking for side work? I could use a new busboy. And a bartender. Our old one got stolen. Come on down. I'll be waiting for you and your family.
And we're back. So, you got a topic. I got a topic. Seems inappropriate because we're at war. We're deciding to like waste these next 20 to 30 minutes talking about stuff that we should really be caring about more. But
No, I care about Ricardo Milos a lot.
all right. Well, anyways, so I did. So I was feeling nostalgic, as I always do. 30-year-old boomer. All I care about is nostalgic. 30-year-old boomer or standard ass millennial. Either way, both are driven by nostalgia.
3-year-old boomer, sitting back drinking your zero-calorie Monster Energy, talking about how Doom was the best video game.
Shut the fuck up.
That's what 30-year-old boomers do!
It sounds like what a millennial says too.
Oh, Doom was the best video game. Then talking about how, oh no, my Bitcoin, I better go check on that. Better go check on the mines.
One of my old friends from high school is living with a bunch of guys in San Francisco. And not in a bathhouse. They're a bunch of software people. Like a bunch of people who work in the software industry.
Bunch of fucking...
And it just sounds like they're in a Bitcoin, what do you call it? Like
Bitcoin, like it was a Bitcoin. They're Bitcoin miners.
Yeah, they're Bitcoin miners, but there's like a word for like people who live together in a house that's dedicated to that.
I forgot. I think it was like...
It's like Bitcoin church or something like that, or temple, or like cult. I don't know. Either way, I guarantee you they're all Bitcoin miners. They were looking for a new roommate, and because they live in like the Mission district of San Francisco, they're living in a house that was recently refurbished or remodeled, and guess how much they want? Like for $1,600 a month per person.
That is fucking crazy.
Yeah. But then it's San Francisco.
Yeah, it's San Francisco in the Mission District.
Yeah, and so unless you're a person who's been living there your whole life and you have rent control, that's not a problem. But
you know what Amboy's favorite neighborhood in San Francisco is?
The Castro.
Yep. And he's like, I love this neighborhood. They got a lot of gay pride here. I support that.
Oh wait, what? Amboy, I feel like would be the last person to be supportive.
He can be pretty gay sometimes.
That's fair. I respect that.
He's like, I really like it. You know, I went down to a bakery with my mom. They had some dick cookies. Told my mom, let's not go over here. But in my head, I'm like, I appreciate that. A lot of gay pride around here. My mom didn't seem to be a big fan of it. This is his words.
Oh, we're gonna have another episode of Amboy updates. Anyway, so feeling nostalgic. Decided, I wonder what the Game Grumps are up to. And I found out a couple things that make me sad. The landscape has changed for the Grumples. Number 1, Barry's leaving. Number 2, Kevin left a long time ago to get a job cutting trailers. And number 3, and this is the most saddest to me. Apparently, Ross and Holly are splitting up.
You know what the sad?
Just like I guess 10 days before their 6th anniversary.
But you know what's sad about this whole story though?
What?
On the internet, they're commenting saying like Ross is calling Ross a cuck now, right?
Yeah, probably.
Apparently,
I guess there was Ross told the story one time about the first time they premiered Steam Train with a Hotline Miami years and years ago, and how that first video up and seeing the comment section made him the saddest ever. He went him and his wife went out to the beach to cheer him up, and he got stung by a bee at the beach on his hand. And that moment where he got stung by a bee and feeling really depressed of all the comments and that.
Man, people hated Steam Train back then. That bad?
Well, it was right after John left.
Oh yeah.
It was it unfortunately coincided with his leaving, and he was feeling so down and oh man, I don't think this is gonna work out. And it was come on, honey, let's go to the beach. And he's oh, all right, the beach always cheers me up. And they're having ice cream, they're having fun, and then out of nowhere, he's trying to cheer himself up. Nowhere, gets stung in the hand by a bee, and that moment, the pain and everything from both emotional and physical made him yell "fuck" really loud, and like made everybody with like that it echoed around the beach, like surfers and everything like stopped. It's
Whoa, bro.
no, it's like that scene in The Simpsons where like where Mr. Burns where they send Mr. Burns where Homer tries to like make Mr. Burns remember his name, and he sends him a candy box, and at the very end, Smithers and Burns eat the whole candy, but they can't eat like the last one, which is like coconut or something, and it's covering Homer's name. He's like, send the thank you note to the Simpsons. All the people listed on that on the picture, because there's a picture at the bottom. So every time you eat a candy, when you look at the picture underneath the candy, you think of that person. And they never got the one with Homer's because they were too full, and so they send a thank you note. It's like, oh, they sent a thank you note to us, and it's just like, Dad, it's only for us. It mentions everyone but us.
Kids, won't you step outside for a second?
You never hear him, but you know he's in about the. You know he yells "fuck" really loud, but it stops everyone in the neighborhood in Springfield.
So Ross had, oh man.
Hold on. I'm gonna bring it. Yeah. So. But yeah, man. Just reading about it, and like then it made me think like. It made me, like, kind of spiral in my own, like, mental rabbit hole of, like, it seems to me that...
All there seems is violence in movies and sets on TV.
No, it seems to me that, like, a lot of, I wonder what it must be like to be in a relationship with somebody who... in which both the people have online... like careers that have to deal with the internet, like they're either artists online, or I feel like if two artists online date, that's like not a biggie. It's just like, oh yeah, like, well, you have your art, I have my art, and it's, we're both working hard, and that's it.
I draw smut, you draw cats.
Yeah. You draw webcomics, I draw lolly porn. Well, that's a problem right there. I draw smut. You draw webcomics about my life.
On a side tangent, this one time, Shad Base, you know him.
I would wish I didn't.
Yeah,
I don't know him personally though.
No, but yeah.
If I did know him personally, let's just say I'd pull a Richard Spencer on him and punch him right in the face.
He drew
which would make his face.
He drew lolly porn of Keemstar's daughter. Yeah.
Why?
Because he's a motherfucker.
Why did Keemstar take it?
He hated it. He was trying to get him to take it down, and he's like, no, whatever. Literally fucking...
Hold on.
It took Colossal as crazy to talk to... He pretty much talked him down. He's like, take that off right now. He pretty much he dadded him.
Colossal. Shad drew pictures of...
No, just like Keemstar was trying to get him to do it too, and then like Shadbase was being a pretty big like...
He's a muck.
He was being a muck about it. Then on stream...
That's somebody's daughter, you dimp.
Then on stream, Colossal's Crazy called him on like Shadbase's stream, and he's like, "That's fucked up." You know that?
That's
right?
somebody. That's somebody's kid,
Yeah, he's like, "That's my friend's kid." Come on, don't do this. Like, all right, Colossal, I'll take it all down, all pictures. I won't do it.
I'm sorry, I'll never do it again. Big
That's
fucking babies, Jesus.
No,
it's not like I raped his daughter or nothing. Just raped her with my eyeballs.
No. He didn't.
My pen.
I mean, he didn't do that. Like, he didn't say it like that. He was like, he pretty much like, Colossal, I respect you, so I'll do it.
That's fucked up. It's like, I don't respect Keemstar, so I'll draw lolly porn of his daughter.
Now, if you draw Keemstar porn,
okay, you hit too low. Like what you should have done was draw porn of Keem himself.
Now, here's what you do. Here's how you hit about the same amount of low as drawing lolly porn of Keemstar's daughter. Here's what you do. You draw porn of Keemstar and Boogie2988. But here's the thing. You draw a comment where it's Keemstar cucking Boogie2988 while Boogie watches. That's how you hit low.
Yeah, that's pretty low. But you think Keem is offended by that point, though? Or do you think he's like,
he'd probably laugh at it, but he'd also be like, that's kind of fucked up, though.
That's pretty fucked up. But hashtag is equally like this.
But no, like, But just
No, but it just makes me think of like,
what the fuck?
I wonder what it must be like for like people who have like an online presence to date each other and who have like a very public like persona. I mean, like if two artists date, that's fine because they could be in completely different genres. But like if two people are like YouTubers or streamers, like and even share a home, it makes me think of like Aaron and Susie's relationship. How like there are a lot of bloopers on Susie's channel where you could hear Aaron and John back in the old days yelling out loud. She would have to stop her recording. She would have to like pause to let them like. It's like God. I'm thank God they have a studio now.
Well, at the same time, like Aaron, John, what the fuck? You guys didn't soundproof the room?
Yeah, well, this is the early days, like early Game Grumps, back when they were still like testing the water. Well, not testing the waters, but like pretty much like before they even considered those ideas. You know.
No, honestly I've considered getting soundproofing foam in my own room.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm like,
Would be the point.
what would be the point? No one watches my content. Everybody just calls me fat. Everybody calls me fat, and like, who cares about this fat guy? Let me go watch a video about
Another fat guy eating pudding out of a bowl.
Let me go watch a video of a fat guy who zooms the camera in too much in his own car eating chicken.
Why am I gonna waste my time watching this fat guy when I can watch this kid in this nice suit talk about ham radio? Why am I gonna waste my time watching this fat guy when I could just put out my own content and tell them to watch me and yet another fat guy?
The only non-fat guy food reviewer is probably Report of the Week.
Oh, that's kind of sad.
What else are we good for? Everybody knows that you're worthless as a fat guy if you're not funny.
That's a lie. There's been plenty of like talented fat people.
Name one that wasn't funny, but that wasn't a comedian at some point.
Hold on, I got one.
And don't say John Goodman, because the man's funny.
I was gonna say Sidney Greenstreet. He's a great actor who's fat and played a lot of memorable villains, like the ones in the Maltese Falcon. Fucking Orson Welles, the greatest fat guy of them all.
Yeah, but now we goof on him.
We goof on him, but we still respect him. Goddamn, Alfred Hitchcock.
Oh yeah, you're right. He was a legit fat guy, but that was back.
Robert
then.
Aldrich, Billy Wilder, all fat men.
Yeah, but no one respects
Sammo Hung.
Yeah, I mean, I imagine
He was in a bunch of Jackie Chan movies, and he can keep up physically with Jackie Chan. He's the fat, agile guy. I mean, he was funny because it's like, oh, he's a fat guy who could do Jackie Chan style martial arts, but also like, oh, that's still like, on one hand, funny because fat jokes. On the other hand, this dude's impressive. He's like, how can somebody his size move at Jackie Chan speed?
It's like that music video for Weird Al.
Yeah. Oh god, that's super fucking impressive. The fact that Weird Al put out an ad saying "Wanted fat dancers,"
A bunch of guys came out.
Another one, that fat dancing guy who shows up in commercials now, who used to be a Viner.
Oh yeah. Also Jonah Hill.
He's a dramatic actor too. He doesn't have to do comedy anymore. He's just like, same thing with John Goodman.
I fucking hate how Jonah Hill's like pretty thin now.
Yeah.
And people are so like.
So you remember when you were fat?
You don't go up to like who's an actor who was like fat in the beginning. Seth Rogen maybe.
Yeah. Nobody's goofing on Seth Rogen for like losing weight.
No, nobody goofs on Seth Rogen for losing weight.
But Jonah Hill used to be Jonah Hill, you were the really, really fat. You were so fat. I heard you were so fat. You had to.
He was pretty fat in Hail Caesar though. He was large.
Oh yeah, I think that's partly like a fat suit too.
Oh.
I mean, he's not gonna like put on a whole bunch of. He's not crazy like Christian Bale. Watch me put on a bunch of white so I could play Dick Cheney.
But anyway.
So yeah, it just makes me wonder about like the difficulties of like maintaining a relationship, especially like I can't imagine. Imagine being two YouTubers who start a relationship when both of you are already YouTubers, because like the idea of like, oh, I'm a YouTuber, let me get my significant other involved, and now they have their own channel, like.
Well, something that's also demand because like some people like I want to see more of the significant other. For example, like Ethan and Hila,
Yeah.
where in the original HD videos, the early stuff, which I still consider to be good,
Yeah.
Ethan would talk to the camera because Hila was behind the camera, and then people were like, "Let me see more Hila," and then that's what Ethan and Hila, the second channel, spawned from.
Yeah.
I mean, again, they're kind of. If you think about it, here's this immigrant, Hila,
Yeah.
who now owns a pretty successful online clothing brand.
Yeah. And she does her own art, which is pretty cool. But yeah, I mean, it just makes me think of like, yeah, I think like I wonder like, because you also hear about like stories where like two YouTubers were dating or even married, and then like the difficulties of like maintaining their channels and having a public persona causes their relationship to fall out. And sometimes it's like amicable, and sometimes it's not. You know, like. But also, also depending on the popularity of the YouTuber, you also wonder like, well, this person is just only popular because they're dating or married to a more popular YouTuber or streamer.
In a way,
Like the Susie situation, where people kept on accusing her of like, well, people only care about you because you're dating Ego Raptor.
I thought they were married.
Or I mean, this is when they first like, when people found out that they were dating, or even like she even showed up on Game Grumps. It's like, you're only on Game Grumps because you're dating Aaron. It's not like you're funny or nothing. Like, Aaron seems to think so, and Aaron loves his channel, man. He loves his wife, and he thinks that they've got something funny. But now it's like, well, you only have your own YouTube channel, like your own YouTube gaming channel, because nobody wanted you on Game Grumps. And it's just like, that being so, you guys are fucked up. Then
So
also
what
maybe
you're telling me is that you guys don't want women on channels. Because nobody complains when the girl is the YouTuber and the guy comes on their channel. And people are like, I want to see this guy make. The guy's not even funny. He's just some fat guy.
But I want to see more of this guy. You know?
Yeah, but if it's the other way around, it's like, get out of this channel. No one loves you.
It's like, you're only here because you're the guy's girlfriend.
Who dates a fat guy?
I don't know, man. I think that says more. I think it says more about you as a person if you're like complaining that what. It sounds more like a cry for help of, why won't anyone love me?
No,
Why won't anyone love me?
I
have green skin and a pointy nose and pointy ears, and I live underground or under a bridge, but I'm still lovable. Sure, I lure children or sheep into my lair so I can eat them, but I'm still lovable. I deserve love, right?
No, I've had this like situation where I've tried to like, I've like gone on dates with like girls, and then probably by like post date I mentioned like, oh, I'm also like trying this stuff on YouTube. They're like, oh, what's your channel? I send them the link, and then no response ever.
Oh,
I've had that happen. I'm like, oh, I'm like, oh shit.
I think you don't pull up the YouTube. I mean, unless. Also depends on your YouTube content. Like if you're
Mule boy, man.
If you're Mule Boy, look, man, your Mule Boy content, like, look, this podcast or Mule Boy content, I think would be like, that's date repellent right there. That's a surefire way. Just don't bring it up until like you're way deep into it.
Can you imagine like, well, this is like
they have to like your personality as a person first in order for them to like accept you as a YouTuber second.
See, in my head, I thought to myself, like, oh, like, because before, like, I'm not just like, want to go get a sandwich or something. No.
I know a place where my close friend the werewolf only gets the meat.
I've talked to them before. I've like gone on like an actual date with them for like at least a good like couple of days before going like on a physical date.
Yeah.
But then like. After that, I think I just mentioned it as like a passing thing, and then like, oh, let me see a video, and then I just sent them like a channel link, and then I'm like, they probably watched a Mule Boy, and they're just like, what in the fuck is this?
A Mule Boy, or they see like the length of like these podcasts. It's like, I'm not gonna listen. Like, I'll listen to this. I don't get this. The lore is too deep on this.
No, welcome to like when I try to record the other TaviRadio.
Yeah.
And Saber's the only one that understands lore, and then Yuri's just like, I don't even know what's going on anymore.
I like that though. That she's.
And then when I have Vernius, Oh, and he's like,
Okay.
I don't get it.
All right, I like look. I like it when Vernius or Yuri are on because like when they're on, it's like I don't like. What are you guys talking about?
Because when you get someone like Kisaragi on, he understands.
It's like what the fuck are you guys talking about even? But yeah, I like it makes me worry because it makes me think like because according to like sources, Ross and Holly are breaking up because like their work life is interfering with their relationship, and it makes me think like, well, like if that's the case for them, like I can't even imagine what it must be like for other YouTubers, you know,
Well, then you have a case of like PewDiePie who met his girlfriend through doing YouTube, and then she appeared in a couple videos, and she started doing like her own stuff, but it's not like she doesn't do gameplay stuff. She only does like makeup stuff, and now she has her own book or something.
That's good. Must be nice.
But after a while, PewDiePie finally like proposed to her, and
she's like,
she tweeted out a picture of this. She's like, I said maybe.
I'm thinking about it, and then people are just like, "Are you sure you want to date this guy?" And it's a picture of somebody photoshopping PewDiePie's face at a Hitler Youth rally. He is Swedish, mind you, and they were complicit with the Nazis. I think, like, for me, like, if I don't want to like talk out of turn here, but like, if I were PewDiePie's girlfriend or fiance, and I saw all this stuff going on, and
I mean, she does. They live in the same house.
Yeah, but like, and I saw like if I came home, or if Caitlin saw me in a Nazi uniform, or found my fake Nazi uniform that I used for a video, like lying around one day, and she would question me and like be very like, "What the hell is this? Oh, it's for a joke video. Is it?
Or were you a Nazi youth?
Look, like, are you a Nazi? No. What's up with this thing? It's a joke. Come on, I don't mean it.
Come back when you're...
Come back when you're not racist or genocidal or a eugenicist.
Do you think Morshi's married?
Nah.
Do you think he's got a hot wife?
No.
Or do you think he's a bachelor? And
he's a bachelor. He doesn't need all that.
Goes on dates?
Dates? He doesn't have time for love. He's too busy making all that sweet rupees.
I wonder what type of car Morsher drives.
Probably I don't know. I think he's a man who lives...
Honda Civic. 2005 Honda Civic.
Yes, the man drives a Trabant.
What's the matter, Link? Need a lift?
How fast does this thing go, Morshu? 35 miles an hour.
Faster than you are on foot.
Anyways, so yeah, man, it makes me think. Those are questions that I think about, like, and it makes me think of like.
I mean, at least like Caitlin likes your channel.
Sure.
Or she
does not care about the stuff I make. I only say like, look, honey, look what I made. It's like, oh, that's nice. I don't get this, and then she rolls her eyes at me.
It's just an orange cat.
She rolls her. Most of it's like She rolls her eyes at me at my videos.
Why don't you just start making porn like every other animator?
I'm uncomfortable with that. Also, like, I'll be honest with you. Like, I don't want to judge animators who turn to porn for like extra mungie. Like Spaz Kid.
I'm not judging them. If anything, if that's your living, then I respect.
No, yeah, that's fine. You gotta do what you do. But like, again, I've always said like, man, like, I don't want to turn animating into a career. I know people love what I do, but it's like also like, man, it's too much like responsibility. Like, I just wanted to keep it fast and loose. Like, look, man, I approach my YouTube channel like a casual relationship, but like. Like it's. I don't want to be too committed here. I just want the casual sex, and then out in the morning. I want to show up, make an animation, say there you go, but I'll lock up when I leave.
But here's my question: are you cooking your channel? So you gotta leave out the window because you realize that her.
Oh no, we're pretty open about it. We know what this is about. That's the thing about me.
Oh, you are telling you're hiding in the closet from your from your channel's husband.
No, because we know this is about, man. We met on Craigslist. We said I said I was 420 friendly, casual, discreet,
disgruntled. of the street.
I'm 420 friendly in that.
I'm 7-Eleven friendly.
I'm 7-Eleven friendly, disgruntled. Unshaven, because I'm a werewolf. And and instead of no drama, all drama.
All drama. I will lead you down a life that rots.
But don't listen to that guy. He's trying to lead you down the path of righteousness. I'm gonna lead you down the path that rocks.
You know, speaking of that, one of my least favorite things in a dating profile is when, like, the only other thing their profile says, "Looking for adventure." I'm like, what that mean?
I hate anybody who's ever said, like, I'm someone who wants to go on adventures. I like adventures. Like, it means that they're outgoing, that they want to go hiking and do the stuff that is easily Instagrammable.
When you say adventures, what do you mean?
They
like,
don't
we're gonna go down into Mordor.
Well, like, what's all that armor and stuff?
You said you like adventures, right?
Yeah, we gotta toss this one ring back. Oh, I don't like nerd shit.
But what? Then you said, you said adventure.
Yeah, but like, I meant like a hike or going to Hawaii or Italy.
But I bought you a tunic and a sword. We're gonna go on an adventure. It's like a big hike. Camping,
horses, maybe the occasional ring wraith or goblin we gotta fight. Look, man, I'm just trying to reclaim my family's lost kingdom. Okay. All right, I got me and my. I hope you don't mind that I brought my
my cronies,
my friends. I got this short guy who doesn't want to be here, and this old man who can do magic tricks.
I got this guy. He's a real quick shot. You don't want to get in between him and his target.
Yeah, and then I got this other like we're combining the Hobbit and Lord of the Rings here. Because they said like my group of cronies, and I thought you were talking about the dwarves.
Bomber.
Here's this big boy. His name was Bomber. He's this other guy. He's Bofer.
Listen, Tab. When I said adventure, I meant like a quick hike.
Or like going to Italy. Going on trips, you know.
Well, this is a trip. We're going to go to a volcano to dump this ring.
Yeah.
We might fight a dragon who has a bunch of gold. Get some money.
Again, you're weaving together a bunch of Tolkien lore. Yeah, I'll do you a better one.
Oh no! Adventure.
Why? Like, what are you doing? You're wearing only a loincloth and a panther skin on top, and you got a giant axe. Yeah, you said you want to go on adventures. We got to go kill an ice wizard from crushing my fire kingdom with his fucking glacier. Here, I need you to wear this really tiny like loincloth bikini, and I need you to call yourself Tigra from now on. No, that's gross. Also, we might fight a bunch of Neanderthal cavemen guys.
This is when I make.
This is fire. Look, I'm trying to recreate this fire and ice. Okay.
Listen.
Oh, look, did you want to wear You want to wear these fairy wings and like in this also white skimpy outfit where your nipples are always erect? We could be wizards.
It's cold.
Yeah. Like, look, we can recreate the movie Wizards. Look, there's a bunch of Ralph Bakshi fantasy movies we can recreate here.
Or
we can either recreate Lord of the Rings, Wizards, or Fire and Ice. Pick your choice, baby.
Or after like, you know, you take her out to dinner, you take her to the card shop. What are we doing here? You said you want adventure. This is the birthplace of adventure, the card shop. Come on, we got a D&D session at 7.
All right. Also, here's your character. Your name is Zalathor Iximar. You're a Tabaxi sorceress, and you're trying to reclaim your family's lost gold claw statue.
This is what I meant by adventure.
Well, I guess this date's over, baby.
I got a D&D session to play, and I thought you were going to join me.
Yeah. So
who's more important
than
you at D&D?
You want me to call an Uber or what?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
So yeah, don't say you want to go on adventures.
Yeah. And do you ever deal with like look at dating profiles with the girls? It's like, I also have like a sarcastic sense of humor. Like a
full
dark.
of sarcasm, love memes. I'm like, what's that mean though?
Sarcasm means that she likes being mean. She has a mean sense of humor.
I want to say like when you say
Sarcasm means that she has an off-putting sense of humor that like would put off normal people, and will hope that you will overlook her like overall like mean personality.
At the same time, they're probably really sensitive because if you do the same type of humor that they're doing, they're gonna take you seriously.
Yeah.
Or when they say like memes, I'm like, okay, so let me send you an image of Donkey Kong with a giant Don T-posing with a snapback with sunglasses.
Not those memes. I like ones of the minions on them.
Okay, so let me send you this image of a pregnant minion saying the Jews lie. No.
Oh, you like memes? Let me send you this thick naked Broly.
I send you a thick naked Broly where the caption is bitches be like bitches will literally cause the downfall of socialist Yugoslavia
and be like
sorry sis, can't help you, Leo.
This is just baffling and not funny.
I don't get it. He's got a big butt. What are those, hams?
Anyways, so speaking of memes, you came across something. You discovered something that I found out when I did research on our favorite Brazilian stripper, Ricardo Milos.
Yeah, I found out. You and I both found out that like that Ricardo Milos is like
part of a larger, was already adapted into memes years before we did, back in 2015.
Yeah, he was.
So here's the thing: outside of the world of YouTube, Instagram, and Twitter, exists. Other countries have their own video sharing sites, such as Nico Nico Duga for Japan, and they have a thing called, what was it called?
Gachimuchi.
Gachimuchi, and it's all like male-oriented porn clips, usually set to music, or like or like erotic male wrestling, remixed. And once they discovered Ricardo Milos, they're like, oh, he fits right in.
Well, he's been around for a while, even to the point where someone rotoscoped the animation.
Actually, that's the other meme. Is that like somebody took the Ricardo Milos video, synced it up to like a song called, I think, like he danced like a butterfly.
Did this be the podcast image?
I'm keeping this in, and I'm gonna put that up. I don't care. We get flagged on YouTube. This is your channel, not mine, anyways. Regardless,
a little man ass never hurt anybody.
You're right. Look at all those Ricardo Milos videos.
Chalkfoots.
Yeah. But so they did that's actually on Nika Nika Duga. There's the whole he danced like a butterfly meme, which is essentially taking
butterfly was the Japanese intro to Digimon.
Yeah, but regardless, they pretty much rotoscope over that like image, but with like anime characters.
Yeah. And
yeah, that's an old one.
Specifically, I think one of the ones that made it popular for people doing that was this Toho character.
Yeah, that's it. That's the first one. That's to the song she danced like a butterfly or something like that. So that's literally the original one that set off all those ones.
But I showed you one earlier that was set to hands to make your hands clap.
Yeah.
Where's a bunch of gay wrestling clips. Now, here's the thing. There's Ricardo Milos, but before Ricardo Milos became popular here again, I mean, unfortunately, they knew him because he was popular on Nico Nico Duga.
Yeah.
Also popular around the same time was a man named Aniki, who you probably heard of.
Yeah.
Billy Harrington. He's also a big part of the Dachi community.
Yeah.
And my God, the boss of the gym. God, I miss you. I miss Aniki every day, man.
Yeah. But, man, it's just...
I hope Ricardo Milos is still around. I hope he likes his meme.
I hope so, too.
That Brazilian wonder.
I think the fact that, they're using him to, say... look, you guys want these, young women in, cosplay stuff. Nah, that's no good. Here's the real stuff.
Can you imagine editing a video where it's set to a bunch of club music and you're using the green screen of Ricardo Milos And then your mom walks in and she's like, what the heck is going on?
It's a comedy, Mom. You wouldn't understand.
Exactly, like when I send this meme, like what if she's like, I like memes, and I send a video of Ricardo Milos, she's like, what the heck is this?
Comedy.
This
Memes.
is comedy gold.
It's a meme.
It's comedy gold.
Yeah. It's comedy.
I would have liked this doing it. I would have liked to have someone do an interview where someone brought in like Ricardo Milos and Billy Harrington, rest his soul, on one like I don't know, like a podcast thing, just talk to them together, because these two are legends to the Japanese Nitro Dudo community.
Yeah, that'd be great. Well, we'll never know. Well, I guess that does it for this week of the podcast. This week for our show, This Week in Podcasting, where we review other podcasts.
Joe Rogan Experience, sucks dick.
We give him this latest episode. We give him one Elon Musk smoking a doobie, hypocritically, out of 10, out of 5.
Fuck you, Joe Rogan.
HDHD podcast. We give him two. We give him 2.
I'll give him a 3.
I gave him 3 Ethan Bradberries out of 4, out of 5, right there in the middle.
All right.
And those are the only 2 podcasts we cover on this fucking show. No,
last podcast on the left.
Give you 2 shirtless Henry Zabrowski. We'll give you 4 shirtless Henry Zabrowskis out of 5. You're up there, man. Talking about Joseph Mengele. That's the newest episode.
Oh.
Part 1.
One of my favorite episodes they did was Chris Benoit.
Chris Benoit. Oh, actually, the last episode that they did a 2-parter on Mark Twitchell, the cosplay killer. Apparently, next to BTK, one of the biggest losers, and the only reason he wasn't caught earlier is because of Canadian police force goofing on him too much. This is a man whose license plate said Dark Jedi. You gotta listen to Mark Twitchell episode. Anyways,
all right.
Let's stop talking about other podcasts. Talk more about ours. Tav, you got anything coming up?
Content, hopefully. I'm getting over. At the time of this recording, I'm getting over a cold, so it should be out by the time this is out.
Oh yeah, that's right. You got a big project where you're gonna goof on one of YouTube's, especially the animation community's biggest villains.
I'm gonna be really goofing on them. You guys are gonna like this one.
Yeah. Well, actually, I think isn't it a larger part of like your?
I'm hoping
critique, your critique on one of our greatest favorite arch enemies on YouTube. One of our favorite arch enemies on YouTube, which is the animation community.
I'm really hoping that this video people like, and they'll let me give me the encouragement to make more, because I do want to.
Just do it. Who cares about what people think?
I care about my audience.
Okay, fair enough.
Especially, I'm the Negro one, and cool who said TaviRadio more like TaviRadio what AM, and someone said, how about you suck my ass 2.0 Todd Howard approved edition or some shit.
Yeah. And then as for me, well, I'm just I've got, like I said, you're gonna see more of Pearl becomes the Pearl Saga, and then after that I'll
make a thick Broly animation.
No, I'm gonna make a special video dedicated to Terumo. Rest his soul.
Rest his soul. He's not dead.
Oh, never mind. I'm gonna make a 2-hour long call out video again for Terumo, telling him why I won't eat him. So Terumo, if you're listening, you got something special coming for you.
What's it?
Christmas came early this year. Christmas came this year.
It just came.
Anyway, so thanks for listening, and see ya.
We wanna be ya.